Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for yet another rebuild, but this is a rebuild with a difference. Thanks to the amazing Mad Scientist, I have been granted early access to his 1998-1999 custom database. This database has over 2 million changes in it to make it as close to the Championship Manager 03 game as humanly possible for you to play in FM23. So, whilst we have Mad Scientist database, I will have to say, please do go and check out Mad. I will leave links to him down in the description, because on the day of releasing this video, he is doing a live launch party over on his Twitch, which you're not going to want to miss. But we are diving into this rebuild, and today, as you can tell by the title and by the thumbnail, we are rebuilding Liverpool. Now, this is obviously a big difference to my usual rebuilds, because I'm not taking a team in its current state and seeing what we can do with it to restore former glories. I actually have some actual reference to come up against. So if we dive into our graphic, you can see in the 1998-99 season, Liverpool finished in 7th in the Premier League. They got knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup, the 4th round of the League Cup, and they got knocked out in the 3rd round of the UEFA Cup. Obviously, that is the Europa League for you young bucks out there. In the 99-2000 season, they were in the top 4 in the Premier League. They were also knocked out again in the 4th round of the FA Cup and the 3rd round of the League Cup, and because of their poor performance the season prior, had no European football at all. In the 2000-2001 season, they had a fantastic year, did Liverpool. They finished in 3rd in the Premier League, but they did go on a trophy spree. They won the FA Cup, they won the League Cup, and they won the UEFA Cup as well in that same season, which is an amazing result and actually quite a difficult thing for me to try and replicate. And in the 2001-2002 season, they finished in 2nd. They got knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup. They did not defend that. They didn't defend the League Cup either, but they did get all the way to the quarterfinals of the actual Champions League. They did win some silverware that season, however. They did win the UEFA Super Cup and the Community Shield, or Charity Shield as it was named back then. So that is what we're going to be trying to do today. We are going to be trying to better Liverpool's real life results. So guys, this is the database. We have it all loaded up in game, and as you can see, there have been some fantastic little mods that have been done by the team created by the Mad Scientist. We also have a logo pack, a retro logo pack. Liverpool's isn't necessarily the main one that you need to notice here, but you've got the FA Premier League badge. We've also got old retro kits as well, and we've got a face pack for some of these players as well. Please do go and check out Mad. As I said, his links will be down below, and if you do like the rebuild content, don't forget to drop a like on today's video and subscribe if you are picking up things for the very first time. But let's dive in. We are talking Liverpool, and we are talking this squad from 1998-1999. So looking at some of the players that I'm going to call out here, Liverpool have David James in goal. Obviously, this man has played for England, but yes, and Bristol City now in real life. But very interesting player that we've got there. We've got ourselves a very young Jamie Carragher, just 20 years of age at this particular time. We've also got the likes of Steve Staunton in here. Phil Babb is in here. Paul Ince is at Liverpool. We've also got a very young 18-year-old Steven Gerrard. Now, he looks very good, and hopefully will be proving to be a very good player for us in this. Hopefully we can get Steven Gerrard a Premier League trophy. We've also got the likes of Jamie Redknapp as well, Mr. Silk himself. We've also got Steve McManaman before he joined Real Madrid. He looks very good with his 20 dribbling, as well as really high stamina, natural fitness, and fantastic mentals, to be fair. I will say some of these attributes have been taken directly from Championship Manager 03 and put into FM23. So guys, you do have to be aware, this is actually how good the creators of Championship Manager back in the day thought these players were. And up front, I have the dynamic duo. Now, the first one I need to talk about is, of course, Robbie Fowler. Robbie Fowler has 20 finishing, 20 heading, insane composure, brilliant mental attributes as well. He is our star player. He's valued at £27 million. I think Robbie Fowler is going to be fantastic, especially when we partner him with this man, Michael Owen, 18 years of age. This is pre-Ballon d'Or Michael Owen as well, just after he scored that absolute worldie against Argentina in the World Cup finals. He's got 19 finishing. His physicals are absolutely electric. 20 acceleration, 20 pace, 18 off the ball. I think Michael Owen is going to be an absolute stud in this rebuild. Talking of the tactic that we are going to be using, though, this is what we're using. We're using a GYR tactic. Of course, we are using Bane because I wanted the two guys up top. I wanted Fowler, I wanted Owen, and I wanted Jamie Redknapp to be that completely free spot in the middle, basically being allowed to do whatever he wants to do, because we also have to remember, whilst this is a 98-99 database, we also still have to be successful in the FM23 match engine. So this is my best lineup as things stand. I'm looking to see what Paul Ince does here. McManaman, I think he's going to be fantastic on this right-hand side. I'm kind of interested to see what Jamie Redknapp does, you know, because I think in this database there is definitely better players available. But that is the tactic, guys. I will, of course, leave a link down in the description for that one. But if we go over to the competitions tab, this is what we have to deal with this year. The Premier League, of course. We also have the UEFA Champions League, the FA Cup, and the Coca-Cola Cup, or the League Cup, guys. As you can see now, some of these badges are the old school badges. So you got the old school Tottenham badge there, you got the old school Arsenal badge there, with that Dreamcast kit. That was a big favorite of mine. We've also got some of the other ones as well, but you guys can go and get this database from the Mad Scientist. It should be released at 9 o'clock on the day of this video being released. So we are going to get through season number 1. If we take a look at the Premier League and the season preview, this is the year that Manchester United won the treble. So they're going to be very good, you know. They're just going to be very good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. We are predicted to finish in 4th. As long as we can secure Champions League football moving forward, that is going to be the main thing for season number 1. Let's get to simulating and see what happens with this retro database. So the end of the season is here, and we've actually been very successful. We've actually bettered what Liverpool did do in real life. We've won several trophies, or we've won 2 trophies. Unfortunately, the Premier Division, not one of them. So let's dive in and take a look. Manchester United, they did win the treble this year in real life, so I would imagine their squad is pretty stacked, as we would know. We do finish second, just 1 point behind them, 95 points. See Sir Alex Ferguson lift the Premier League title. We do, however, go on to win the Champions League. We beat Porto in that final. Ferry, Owen and Song with the goals for Liverpool, seeing them lift a Champions League much earlier than they did do IRL. We were runners-up in the FA Cup, losing that one out to Tottenham. Tottenham won a trophy. Who'd have thought? Not me. We lost that one 1-0. And then the League Cup, we beat Manchester United in the final. Michael Owen doing the business alongside his strike partner, Robbie Fowler. Now, I do have to touch on Michael Owen, because if you look along the bottom of the screen, you can see he is our top goal scorer for everything in every single competition. And now on the right hand side of your screen, you can see Michael Owen scored 102 goals in the course of the season. He also got 25 assists. He was our highest goal scorer and our most assisting player, which is absolutely brilliant. Bearing in mind he didn't win the Ballon d'Or in this particular year IRL. Michael Owen looks fantastic. 127 goal contributions in 56 games. His transfer value is absolutely skyrocketed now, 90 to 100 million on Michael Owen, age 19 goals in 18 caps for his country as well. This guy is going to be an absolute force moving forward. Ultimately, I think we smashed season 1, winning the Champions League and stuff like that, but yeah, not the best in terms of the league. I would have thought we would have blitzed the league, to be honest, but we've got some money to spend for season number 2. I've got 98 million quid to go and spend to make this team better. And if we look at the tactic and our best available 11, you can quite easily see that I need to spend this money at the back. I'll be back once we've done some transfers. Transfer update for season number 2, and I have been active in the transfer market, both with the incomings and the outgoings. First of all, let's talk about the outgoings. Phil Babb and Paul Ince have both gone to AC Milan. Phil Babb's gone to Milan for 4.5 million. Paul Ince has gone for 11.5 million. David James also gone as well. He has gone to Sunderland, newly promoted Sunderland, I think. And then Dominic Matteo goes over to Inter Milan as well. He actually looks quite good for 9.25 million, but we have definitely improved this team. In the incomings, we have Lucio, the former, in real life, former Bayern centre-back. This guy looks like an absolute machine coming out of Internacional in Brazil. Looks fantastic. Great heading, great marking, fantastic tackling, superb mentals as well. His positioning's a little bit awry, but that's definitely something we can fix. Physically, 18 pace, 18 acceleration, 17 jumping reach. He's 6'2". The guy is an absolute monster. He comes in for just £6 million. You saw that David James was outgoing. We've replaced him This is potentially the best goalkeeper I've ever seen in my life in Football Manager. We have a 21-year-old 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 𝙈𝙗. He comes in from Parma. I didn't realise back in the day how stacked Parma really were. They've got an insane amount of talent, but Buffon is here to be our new #1 goalkeeper, and I could not be happier. He just looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. We pay £40 million for him, which in this database, I can assure you, is a lot of cash. Paul Ince is gone at 11.5 million. We've replaced him with Mr. Big Tackle himself. Claude Makelele is here. He comes in from Celta Vigo over in Spain as a defensive midfielder. He is only 26 years of age, but he has all the mental attributes that I would be looking for him to be elite. And I think he is an improvement on a aging Paul Ince. This is a guy who I'm absolutely going to butcher, but a former Deportivo player, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, looks absolutely brilliant as well. He's got 20 free kick taking, 20 penalties, 20 technique, 20 off the ball. Just chuck the 20s out, left, right, and centre. He's going to come in and be on the left-hand side, him on one side, McManaman on the other side, giving us that focal point on the flanks. He is brilliant. He was part of the Deportivo team that was actually good in real life, which is a little bit of a ways away from where they are right now. And then we've improved in left back as well. Lizarazu comes in. He is a Bayern player in this database, 29 years of age. He's won a World Cup. Now he's here in the Premier League to hopefully get us over that hump. Again, looks absolutely brilliant. He is going to take a little bit of a hit because they are an inverted wing back in this position, so he's only going to look like a 4-star player. But I will assure you, he is very good. If we quick pick without restriction, our best 11. Oh, there's a player that I didn't tell you about. I signed him before it flicked over to the next window. This man, Shevchenko, is here at the club. I'm looking forward to seeing what Sheva does because we paid £2.6 million. £2.6 million to Dynamo Kiev in Ukraine for Andrei Shevchenko. He is going to be part of a trifecta up front. Shevchenko, Owen, Fowler. Mwah. Bellissimo. We're going to absolutely ruin everybody. So this is the team. Buffon, then I need to really improve on right back. Hegem, then we've got Song, Lucio, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, Makelele, McManaman, Redknapp, Berger. Patrick Berger is there. We've got a couple of options there, and Owen and then Shevchenko up top, the two 5-star players up top. Buffon, not even a 5-star player in this database at the moment, which is absolutely ludicrous. Well, I say in this database, in this particular team. In terms of the competitions, though, we've got everything you can see on the screen. Premier League, Champions League, UEFA Super Cup, FA Cup, and the League Cup as well. In terms of the Premier League, though, we are not champions. Manchester United are champions. We are second favourites to get the job done. 3-1 odds. Manchester United have signed a couple of players, it would look like. Alessandro Nesta being one of them. He has come in from Lazio and is now a Manchester United player. They've also signed Walter Samuel to go in this team as well. So definitely a star-studded Premier League, because if we look at the Premier League, Serie A is currently the best league in Europe. So we're going to have some work to do here, but with us winning Champions Leagues and stuff like that, that might change. So let's simulate Season 2 and see how we get on. Season 2 was unbelievable, as you would expect with a team this stacked. Obviously, my knowledge of players in real life actually really does help here. Going out and being able to find Shevchenko in Ukraine and stuff like that, it really does make a difference. And we have absolutely cakewalked everything that we have been in, apart from the FA Cup. We won the league with 101 points. We were top basically the entire season. We win back-to-back Champions Leagues, beating Juventus in this final. Owen, Redknapp, Shevchenko and an own goal get the job done. Some of the players in this team as well. You've got Didier Deschamps in the Juve team. You've also got David Zidane, Totti, Del Piero and Inzaghi. I can't believe that they've actually bought Totti in this database. They have a ludicrous team. We won the Super Cup as well. We beat Parma in that final, 3-0. Robbie Fowler, Jamie Redknapp, jobs are good and bringing more trophies back. And I do have to touch on Parma because they've still got Cannavaro, they've still got Thuram, they still got Chiesa, they've still got Hernan Crespo. This team is still very good. And then we win the League Cup as well. We beat Middlesbrough in that final, 5-3. Shevchenko and Robbie Fowler popping off in that particular instance, and Emil Heskey is playing in this game for Middlesbrough. Just a little bit of information to touch on. In terms of the Premier League, though, as I said, we did absolutely smash it. No invincible season yet. Obviously, haven't replicated Arsenal in real life. That's what they did in one of these seasons, and we can't do that just yet. We lost to Manchester United twice, and we lost to Tottenham, but we do get a plus 101 goal difference because we scored 152 goals, which is absolutely crazy. In terms of some of the other stuff that we are looking at, Michael Owen again, top goal scorer in the Premier League. He got 49. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank got 36. This nostalgia like trip that I am on right now is absolutely amazing. We will be trying to improve this team. If we look at the tactic, I definitely need a right back. And I kind of want to switch things up in some of the spots just to try out some of the different players in this database. We've got 131 million to spend. I'm definitely going to spend it. Let's see what we can do. So this season was actually one of trying to kind of keep the squad together that we did have, but I have added to it with some unbelievable quality. So first and foremost, we have signed 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 from Bayern Leverkusen, 26 years of age. Technicals, as I mentioned with some of these other players, out the wazoo. He has 20s in the following attributes: corners, crossing, dribbling, technique. This guy is elite. He has come in, he is going to play on this left-hand side. Yes, okay, he can't tackle and I need him to be a defensive winger. I genuinely don't think that matters. His contract was over at Bayern Leverkusen and he is here on a free transfer. I am buzzing. We've also signed a right back to help us on that side. We've spent 46 million on 𝘼𝙗𝙗 𝙤𝙪, obviously the Inter man in real life, spent most of his career at Inter Milan. He is now a Liverpool player to play right back for us, but he can also play as the defensive winger on this right hand side, giving McManaman a little bit of a break if he does need it. And we also been back to Parma. Some of the players I did touch on, we've been back to Parma. I've spent 80 million. Fabio Cannavaro is our new centre back. He's 26. I don't care that he's 5'9", and you shouldn't either. 20 anticipation, 20 determination, 19 positioning. He's just in the right place at every occasion. He's got 17 jumping reach as well. The guy's an absolute monster. If we go into our tactic and quick pick the best 11 that we can get, you can see this is how we are looking. Buffon, Lucio at right back now. Song, Cannavaro, Lizarazu, Makalele, McManaman, Redknapp, 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, Owen, and Shevchenko. Obviously, I've got the mixture of a couple of different face packs on the go here, but this team, oh my god, I think we are going to be very difficult to stop. Obviously, we do have still the likes of Steven Gerrard, 20 years of age now. He is definitely improving season on season. We've also got a very young Danny Murphy as well, a young Danny Murphy. He's 23 years of age. But our bench, looking at it, Zanetti, Fowler, Carragher, Patrick Berger, there's so many players that we've got here. We surely must be favourites for the Premier League, right? Having won it last season. No, still Manchester United. Still Manchester United are the favourites, despite the fact that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the Media Dream 11. The media are basically backing Manchester United. Who'd have thought of it? In terms of some of the other competitions, the Super Cup is back. And we also add in the Charity Shield as well, where we take on Manchester United in the season opener. Simulate season number 3 and see what this God Squad can do. The trophy cabinet at Anfield must be bursting at the seams. In season number 3, we did go on to win the Premier League. Yet again, 102 points. The disparity between ourselves and Manchester United is ultimately laughable at this point. Shevchenko, top goal scorer for us in that Premier League season with 46 goals. Smashed it. Let's talk about the things that we won. We beat Manchester United in the Charity Shield. However, that was done on penalties. Michael Owen scored for us. Dwight York equalised. The missing penalty takers for Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Roy Keane. Some very interesting additions to this team that does still have Ryan Giggs, does still have David Beckham. Keane is obviously there. Phil Neville's there. Gary Neville's there. Definitely a Manchester United side. But we win in the Charity Shield on penalties. We win the FA Cup as well. Beat Manchester United again in that final. Shevchenko doing the business. He is goated in this database. He's just so good. We got knocked out in the 4th round of the League Cup by Blackburn Rovers, which is disappointing. And we get all the way to the Champions League final, where Lazio rip us apart. Marcelo Salas is very good. Christian Vieri is exceptional. Look at him. He's so damn good in this match engine, with 20 finishing, 19 heading. The fact that he's got 19 off the ball, 19 balance and 18 jump and reach. This guy scores goals, everybody. They've also got Pavel Nedved as well. Dejan Stankovic, the current Red Star manager. Shout out to him. Very good team, and we got bodied by Lazio. And we also won the UEFA Super Cup, where we took on Inter Milan. And an Inter Milan team that, if you look at it, has this man still. 𝘼𝙗𝙤 𝙈𝙚 is here. Again, looks fantastic. Some of these attributes in this database are just unbelievable, but there is 𝘼𝙗𝙤 looking super cheeky with his smile. So ultimately, again, season 3 was fantastic. We've got more money because of course we do. We've still got 131 million to spend, so I don't know what I'm going to do to make this team better, considering we are almost at a canter the best team in the world that the world has ever seen, but I will try and see what I can do. So transfer update for our 4th and final season. We've moved a couple of players around. The most notable outgoing, Jamie Redknapp, has actually gone to Tottenham for 52 million. Obviously the money in this is kind of getting to a point where real life money is here, because there's only so much you can do with the database and stuff like that in the pre-game editor. But Jamie Redknapp has gone to Tottenham for 52 million pounds. We've also had a couple of other outgoings as well. Song has gone to Inter Milan, and you will see why very shortly. He's gone to Inter for 41 million pounds. Stephen McManaman gone to Lazio. I didn't really want to let him go, but ultimately you have to make some sacrifices in this game, and Steve McManaman has gone to Lazio for 20 million quid. We've also sold a couple of other players that you can see on screen there, but let's talk about these incomings, because guys, I've gone crazy. We've gone back to Parma, 3rd season in a row. I mentioned him earlier in the video. Lilian Thuram is here. He looks unreal. Like, there is probably no better defender in the game than him. I have him and Cannavaro next to each other. They are going to be my centre-backs. Again, another World Cup winner added to the team. Attribute-wise, looks absolutely brilliant. We spent £68 million on this man, and I couldn't be happier. We also went back to Serie A and brought in this man. This is the Jamie Redknapp replacement. As soon as Spurs came in with some cash for Jamie Redknapp, I was like, I want Zidane. So we now have Zidane to be that CM on attack. I think he could be the best CM on attack you've ever seen. He's listed as a 5-star player on the CM on attack, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Zidane can do. We've also signed a couple of what I would call smaller players in this database. We've also got Ricardo Carvalho, multiple-time Champions League winner. He definitely won it at Porto. I think he was at Chelsea when Chelsea won it as well. Ricardo Carvalho, very good player. Very good player. He's 23 years of age in this. He's only got a 2-star current ability compared to the rest of my squad. But I think he's a good player. He's a good cover option to be at centre-back as well. We also signed this man, Pablo Aimar, again, out of River Plate. Didn't cost me a huge amount in today's money, £28.5 million. Pablo Aimar is here. Again, another central midfielder. I kind of think he's going to play here. Him and Zidane fighting it out for that one spot. The CM on attack, 20 vision, 20 flair, 20 passing. Oof, this guy's going to be very good. And we also signed a young-ish, 4 years into the future, he's 20 at the start of the save, Michael Ballack from Bayern Leverkusen. He had a minimum fee release of £6.5 million. So we bring in Michael Ballack because this game's ludicrous. If we go into the tactic for the final season, this is how our team is looking. Quick pick, without restriction, our best 11. We've got Buffon in goal, Lucio at the inverted wing-back spot, Cannavaro, Thuram, Lizarazu, Makelele, Zanetti, Zidane, Zé Roberto, Owen, Shevchenko. Oh my god, is this team gonna run through everybody? If we go over to the competitions tab, I do actually have to touch on the Club World Cup as well. We beat Bayern in the final of that one. That happens just before the start of the season. Zé Roberto and Michael Owen getting the goals. Jens Jeremies here with the consolation goal or the opener, sorry, should I say, for Bayern. We came from a goal down. Again, it's so much nostalgia. Oliver Kahn is in goal for Bayern Munich in this particular instance. They've also got Stefan Effenberg. He's still here knocking around. He looks fantastic as well. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 𝙈𝙚, one of the best strikers that I would have seen back in the day. There's so many elite tier strikers, but he's definitely one of them. He's done very, very well here. Absolutely crushed it. Tore-André Flo as well. Very nice, interesting one. But we win the Club World Cup as well, so another trophy, and we've kind of routed some teams. Mansfield getting absolutely bodied 18-0 in pre-season. In terms of the competitions, though, let's go over to the competitions tab and have a look at the Premier League. Having won back-to-back Premier Leagues, we're surely favourites now, right? Yes, we are finally favourites to win the Premier League. Candela is still there, Quintana, Roy Keane are still there, but the rest of it is filled with Liverpool personnel. Let's simulate this fourth and final season and see what happens with the best team I have ever assembled. And the final season is done and dusted, and I have won everything. Now, this doesn't come as a surprise because 1, Liverpool are a top tier team anyway. They have decent amounts of money, and 3, I have all the knowledge of all the players that are going to be good in this game. But it's no real surprise that we've kind of gone on to win everything. Another 100-point season, 142 goal difference in the Premier League as well. I need to investigate this. We scored 170 goals, scored 16 against Leeds, 14 against Derby, 12 against Norwich and Man City. Absolutely crazy. Obviously, the old school Wimbledon are here, alive and kicking. But the Premier League absolutely dominated. Shevchenko 45, Michael Owen 41. We win the Champions League final. We beat Barcelona in that final. Rio Ferdinand playing for Barcelona. Who'd have thought? 23-year-old Rio. There he is at Barcelona. They've obviously got Figo, Rivaldo, Luis Enrique, Victor Valdez is there. Still called Josep here. No Pep Guardiola. Josep Guardiola is there as well. And a very young, at the start of the game anyway, a very young Xavi is here as well at Barcelona. But we beat them in the Champions League final. FA Cup wise, we beat Tottenham 6-4 in the final. Shevchenko with a hat-trick in that final. Jamie Redknapp scoring against his former club. Les Ferdinand, Robbie Keane in on the goals as well for Tottenham. League Cup wise, we beat Aston Villa 3-0 in that final. I feel like a broken record. We're just absolutely battering teams left, right and centre. We win the Charity Shield as well, beating Manchester United 2-1 in that final. 𝘼𝙗𝙗 with a goal on his debut. So ultimately, I feel this is a kind of unfair rebuild of Liverpool, but it's probably one of the only times that I would actually rebuild Liverpool in Football Manager. Massive shout out to TheMadScientist. Please do go and check out his Twitch on the day of release of this video, because he is live as he releases this database into the wide world for absolutely free. Please do go and show him some love, and if you like the rebuild content on the channel, check out this playlist popping up right here so that you can get your rebuild fix in the normal version of FM23.